Hello. As we have been working on the speed time graphs, let me show you how we can calculate the speed from a distance time graph. Okay, so this distance time graph describe a journey made by an object or person. It can be done by plotting a distance time graph. So by using a distance time graph, you can tell about your journey. So as you can see in the axis, on the y-axis, it is a distance. Distance is mentioned, and on the x-axis, time is mentioned. The horizontal axis is known as the x-axis. The vertical axis is known as the y-axis. So basically, the independent variable, which does not depend on anything, is taken on the x-axis, and the dependent, which depends on something, is taken on the y-axis. This is the generic or general rule for graph making graphs. So time always runs horizontally through the x-axis. This is the x-axis. The arrow shows the direction of time. The further to the right, the longer the time from the start. So distance runs vertically from the y-axis. The higher up the graph we go, the further we are from the start. Okay. So if anything is not moving, so this is what it looks like. As the time is like the time is moving, or the time is being passed, and the distance is not being changed, so that means the object is not moving. If there is a graph like this, if something is not moving, a horizontal line is drawn on a distance time graph. So if time is increasing to the right but its distance does not change, so if something is moving at a constant speed, it means we expect the same increase in distance in a given time. So we have covered that. So the same amount of distance is traveled for each unit of time. So also we have done a similar kind of an example. For the first part, the object move at a slow speed, but in the second part, the object move with a uh, larger speed. So this is from where we are going to start today. What is the effect of the line or the steepness? That is also known as the slope. So the slope is basically the gradient or the rate of change of anything. Rate of change of anything is known as the gradient or the slope. So both lines below show that each object moved the same distance, but the steeper yellow line got there before the other one. So the distance, as you can see, is same for both of these lines, but the yellow line, it reached this distance earlier in the smaller time than the green line. So a steeper, because this the yellow line is steeper, the steeper line shows that a larger distance was traveled in a given time. In other words, higher speed. So more distance is covered in less time. So that means it traveled with a bigger speed, and in the same, as you can see in the green line, same amount of distance was traveled in a greater time. Both lines are of constant gradient, so both speeds are constant. So this is how the speeding of graph would look like. So we have also covered that. So we'll move on to the slope. Okay. The important topic for today is calculating speed from the graphs. We can see that the motion shown by the yellow line is fastest. So by definition, speed is equal to distance divided by time. So the steepness of the line will give us the speed. Previously, we did not talk about the steepness or the slope. So today we will talk about the slope. Slope is basically, if we took on a straight line, if we take two random points, any points, so we can, by using these 2 points, we can calculate the velocity or the slope of the graph. So if we take this point at this location, uh, this one, so as we can see, and the other point at the 0 0, so we will divide 30 by 10. So that would give us the speed. So the distance divided by time. So it covered a distance of 30 meter, and the time it took was 10 seconds. So distance divided by time is equal to speed, and that is equal to 3 meters per second. In the second case, it traveled a distance of 20 meters, as you can see in the graph, in 20 seconds. So the speed is equal to 1 meter per second, as you can see in this graph. So now the assignment is to calculate the speed of the three different sections in this graph. So in the first section, as we can see, it traveled a distance of 100 meters in 10 seconds. So that would be 100 divided by 10, and that would be equal to 10 meters per second. In the second part, it traveled a distance of 50 meters in 10 seconds. So that would be equal to 50 divided by 10. So in the second case, the speed is 5 meter per second. In the third case, it traveled a negative distance, like it started from 150 and got back to zero distance. So the speed, now we are not for now we let's just now talk about the negative distances. So it traveled a distance of 150 meters in 20 seconds. So the speed was 7.5 meter per second. So that's it for displacement time graph for now. I'll see you in the next part.